Thanks for coming aboard today. God rewards those who earnestly seek Him. He loves to shower His people with blessings. You think that's a true statement or a false statement? Now, before you turn off the video and say, oh man, I was listening to this guy and he promotes the blessings that you can have as a Christian. You're going to be rich and successful and all those kind of things. No, I'm not going to go down that road, I promise you. I won't be asking you for $20 for the golden angels or something. But what I would say is that I truly believe God is excited when we do the right thing. In the book of Hebrews, we have this verse that I shared at the beginning that's stuck right in this, in the middle of the common chapter that we know as the Hall of Faith, chapter 11 of Hebrews. And in it, he's talking about the faith of Enoch. And he discusses his faith. He says, here is a righteous person who is commended for what he does, for being righteous. And in a couple verses later, we see this verse that we shared, that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. It's interesting that a couple verses before Enoch's story, we have the story of Abel, who is also commended for being righteous. Well, I believe our God does want to shower us with reward. And our verse here suggests that the first thing that happens, the first value that we get, the first reward we get, if you will, is that it pleases God. You know, and it struck me as I always thought that there had to be some kind of token or something that I get or I receive, but it's actually flipped around. That it pleases God when I do the right thing, when I choose good decisions. That's interesting. Second, it goes better for us in the long run, doesn't it? Just making that maybe a difficult decision or the one that is the right one goes better for us in the long run. Making quality, godly decisions is for the mature Christian who has trained him or herself to distinguish right and wrong. We find that verse in Hebrews 4, a couple of chapters before what we're talking about today. God is pleased with those good decision makers. David had a lot of opportunities to avenge King Saul, and you know those stories of David being anointed to be king when King Saul was already in that position. I'm sure it frustrated Saul so much. In fact, to the point where he wanted to kill David. There was this time, as you recall, Saul goes into this cave and David and his men are already there, but they're way in the back. And Saul comes in, doesn't notice them, to do his business. David sneaks up behind him, cuts the little part of his robe off, and then Saul exits the cave. David, in a couple verses down the road, says, "Hey, Saul, did you not hear me in there? I could have whacked you. I could have took your life." And I want you to hear the response from these two. First, from David. He says, "The Lord rewards every man for his righteousness and his faithfulness. And I valued your life today. So may the Lord value my life and deliver me from all trouble." And Saul says, "May you be blessed, David. You will do great things and surely triumph." I'm not sure if Saul believed that. But even here, we find this statement that God is after the righteous and those decision makers. Folks, I'm not sure exactly what kind of rewards we will get. We certainly know that we'll be judged in glory for the things done here on earth. And there'll be crowns given and all those kinds of things. But what about here? You know, that's something for us to ponder. And I think that's a great topic to talk about. But I do believe he's pleased with his people making wise decisions. Thanks for listening today, and we'll see you again sometime.